Donna!
Man,
Great to see you.
Welcoming someone to the neighborhood can be like welcoming them into your family.
It's not a closed door there. Everyone was always invited.
What a beautiful family.
But that doesn't guarantee everyone will get along.
What is all this noise?
When Anne moved in, it was a big change.
what are you trying to pull?
You're corrupt.
When you threaten one, you threaten all.
It's corrupt.
It was conspiracies.
Screw you!
This place is hell. It's all her fault. It was just a war of property,
You're on my land.
like gasoline and fire.
And I love him!
She was becoming more and more unraveled by the day.
Put some clothes on. I've got a kid here.
She's crazy.
It was a nightmare, and I was seeing red. Like, what is your end game?
I knew things were bad. I would protect yourself. I think she was out for blood. You're like the little ants. I'm gonna burn you.
What does she have to do? Kill somebody?
I know what you did.
Stay out of my neighborhood!
Stay away from my wife! Move around now!
Mount Sterling's motto states that it rings with unity and pride.
It's just a small town feel. We're about 32,000 people in our community, but it seems like a lot smaller due to the closeness.
It's a lot of different races up there, and everybody gets along. Everybody likes everybody. You know, you don't have issues. You got people that'll give the shirt off their back to make sure that you have one.
No one embodies Mount Sterling's spirit more than Harold Byrne. He is long retired and has become an avid car collector.
He loves older cars. He likes to remodel them. He likes to sell them and trade around with his friends. My grandfather, he's a character. He's very loud. He is outgoing. If you talk, he will tell you what he thinks.
Harold owns a lot of property in the area, and over the years has built homes for members of his family to keep them nearby.
He set the foundation for the family. He got there and got settled in. He kind of pulled everybody else in close to him, you know, keeping everybody under his wing.
Our neighborhood, it consists majority of our family, and then our neighbors that are not family are also close to us.
Brought you some extra burgers.
Enough right here, Pops.
You can never have too many burgers.
Harold's daughter, Donna, lives only a short hop away.
Good.
Hey, sweetie. Hi, Dad.
Donna Baxter and husband Matthew moved into the home Harold built for them just after they got married. Her daughter, Christine Todd, and Jeffries also lives nearby.
My aunt and my uncle, they're the ones that you could always go to for anything. You know, if you need anything, I'm here for you. Whether you needed advice or not, you got it.
Matthew Baxter works for the county jail with his good friend and neighbor, Brian Stevenson.
He was my deputy. He was like a brother from day one.
My father-in-law, he loved working at the jail because he was with people that needed to change their lives. He wanted to help them change their lives.
Donna is working in retail, but has recently taken time off due to illness.
How do you think?
I'm okay.
She is receiving government benefits until she recovers.
My mother went through some health concerns that did put her out of work for quite some time just because she had to take a break and make sure that she was healthy.
Great.
Make some room.
Donna's home is always open for frequent family visits. In fact, the Baxter property is the hub of the community.
You guys are too much. You're working up an appetite. Are you going to eat anything?
Our neighbors always stop by or, you know, at least stopped in to say hi because they knew that it's not a closed door there. I mean, everyone was always invited.
It was a place you always felt welcome. It was just like your house, my house, your house.
And the house is about to get a little more crowded.
Donna!
Man.
Ann Fulton has recently divorced her husband and is looking for a new place to live.
Great to see you. I can't thank you enough for this.
My pleasure. Mikase Sukase. Here.
You're generous.
Anne was in need of a home because she was going through, I guess, an ugly divorce, and, you know, she didn't seem to have anybody.
Hi.
She was a friend of the family, so my mother took her in.
Thank you.
Yet sometimes a simple act of kindness
What a beautiful family.
can backfire in the worst possible way.
this is nice. Wow. Everything's so neat and tidy.
Well, I worked very hard at it.
It was nice for my mom to have someone to hang out with because my sister and I were not in the house and my dad worked.
Oh, this is nice, sweet. Great. Well, I don't have much, so.
Well, it's your room now.
So it was kind of one of those things where my mom was lonely, and so she thought, hey, Anne moving in could be like someone to have a conversation with, just to keep her from being bored.
You unpack and then come join us outside.
Okay, I will. Thanks.
Oh, hey.
Anne seems a little house.
Oh, it's been on the market forever.
Yeah?
Okay, Mike, turn it up.
My mom is very loud, and she likes to have a good time.
And had no filter, really.
What?
Which, that's nothing unusual with this family. We're pretty outspoken. That was a red flag to me.
Welcoming a friend into the neighborhood is one thing. Welcoming them into your home, something else entirely.
My mother is the type that wakes up at 5 o'clock on a Saturday morning to vacuum while everyone else is asleep. And that's just kind of how she's always been.
Donna! Isn't it a bit early for that?
Not for me.
It's like 6 a.m.
Anne may have an issue with Donna's lack of sensitivity, but Donna has an issue with Anne's lack of modesty.
Can you put some more clothes on? The grandkids are coming over.
Well, yeah, I was in bed. Sure, I guess.
She would just bicker with her about how things should be. But when you get to a certain point in your life, things are routine. You have your own routine.
The tension between them is quickly mounting.
Hey! What is all this noise?
Her living in my mom and dad's house and trying to make the rules just seemed like a little bit of overstepping. I don't think that she saw it that way because I think that everything she did, she thought was the right way.
People in the neighborhood could find this very irritating.
If you don't like it, just stay inside.
Yeah.
For some reason, she just did not like him. That just made things awkward.
Hey! That's my car!
As time goes on, it's clear Anne isn't fitting in with the family.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Is this kid gonna be here the whole time? I wish you would have told me that.
Well, yeah, he is.
Well, could you keep him on a leash then?
Hey, what's your problem?
My grandfather just didn't get a good vibe from her.
Hey, Pops, hey, got no right.
My grandfather knew that, Anne was a friend of the family, but he didn't like her.
Never mind her, she is what she is, okay? Yeah, I'll tell you exactly what she is. Bad news!
Like I said, he's very loud, and he is not afraid to hurt feelings.
Got a lot of nerve coming here telling our family what we're supposed to do. I know, Pops.
Being a little bit more sensitive to sound, and that wasn't the case.
Whatever the case may be, this situation with Anne isn't working.
Hey, what have I said about slamming doors?
My son is loud. He did not have an inside voice, and he would trump through the house. It would sound like elephants.
There's a death trap in here. In my way. Break my neck. Look at this stuff.
Anne,
This is crazy. I nearly broke my neck coming in stepping on these toys.
don't talk to him like that. He's just a kid.
My mom said she snapped at my son and, threatened to punish him.
Yeah, somebody's got to teach him.
It's okay. It's gonna be okay.
My mom is not going to stand for that.
I'll be right back.
I know what kind of person she is. She doesn't put up with nothing.
Don't you ever speak to him like that again. That is my grandson, and I love him.
Donna, the kid's...
That's enough. This isn't working.
Wow.
You need to move out. You need to get out of here immediately.
My mom said, this is not working. You need to find a home and, you need to get out on your own because you staying here is causing too much tension.
By the end of the week, how about that?
No. I'm gonna run an errand with my grandson. You better be out of here by the time I get back.
What?
Her telling her, like, hey, when I get home, great, all of your stuff needs to be out of my house. I think that just made Anne angry.
Ah, I guess you heard all that, huh? You happy?
Bye-bye.
I believe that was final straw in their friendship.
Anne may be leaving Donna's house, but that doesn't mean she's leaving the neighborhood.
Nobody wants to hear.
Things seemed normal, seemed like everything was gonna get back on track.
After Anne moves out, things quiet down for Donna and Matthew Baxter.
When Anne left, I think my parents kind of felt that relief of not having to walk on the eggshells in their own home.
But the relief doesn't last long.
You've got to be kidding me.
What is it?
See for yourself.
Oh my God.
She surprised everyone by buying the property across the street from my mom's house.
Unbelievable.
They aren't roommates anymore. Now they're neighbors.
I knew that there was going to be an issue because, man, she's crazy.
It was kind of an in-your-head. So I think that my parents were like, oh no, this is not great.
Plenty of homes in this town. Why does she have to pick this one?
It is what it is.
That was just everything he ever said. If he didn't like it, or if it was a bad situation, it is what it is.
It's gonna be okay. Just don't let it bother you.
She'll have her own place, and my mother-in-law and father-in-law will have their place back, and they can just be neighbors and everything will be fine.
But I think that they just wanted a common ground where everyone could get along. In our neighborhood, they did not want any trouble.
Whether they want it or not,
Hi, neighbors.
trouble is brewing.
Oh, flowers, that's for me.
While some neighbors treat the new resident with caution, others welcome her with open arms.
Thank you. Yeah, well, I bought this place, because that one over there kicked me out on a moment's notice. Who does that anyway, huh?
The Baxters have lived here for generations and don't want anything disrupting their perfect neighborhood. Anne feels this is now her neighborhood too, and she's determined to make her home here. That means making some additions to her property.
So Anne wanted to put a gravel driveway in that ran from the main street all the way back to the back of her house to give her somewhere to park.
However, her construction plans cut into someone else's land.
Hey! What are you doing? That's my property.
No, it's my property. I bought it.
You didn't buy this. You bought that. Okay?
The property is kind of an awkward shape. It's not like a rectangle or a square.
Anne's property is an unusual configuration in the middle of Harold's land. In order to build her driveway, she has to cut across it.
At first, I don't think it was intentional. Looking at it, I understand why she wanted to put the driveway up the way she did. I mean, it makes sense.
No matter how Anne looks at it, it doesn't make the Baxters any happier.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. How ridiculous is that?
I own this strip all the way up and down, okay?
Oh, like you're even using it, right?
It doesn't matter. It's my land.
Listen, this is just so stupid.
Don't call me stupid. You are not going to be on this property.
Don't.
It just went from 0 to 100 real fast.
Guys, take it easy. Okay, we can settle this. Okay?
Get him off my
Come
property.
on, Dad. You're not using my land. You can't do it without my permission.
Get off my property before I call some real cops.
She's crazy.
Anne decides to have the land surveyed to settle things once and for all.
And so when they came out, they were like, no, you're over the line.
But Anne isn't going to let this...
Got the driveway laid out, had rock and stuff delivered, and had a makeshift driveway.
And no one really could figure out why she couldn't just be an adult and be like, oh, that's my bad. I didn't mean to do that. Let's try to work something out. Instead, she was, I did it, so what? And here I am. And my family did not take well to that.
Harold decides to make a stand and a point.
success he's worked his butt off for. He's earned everything he has. And there's few things in this world of his that you don't mess with, and it's his family and his property.
My grandfather had finally had enough and got mad enough. He brought one of his junk cars and dropped it, lining up perfectly with where the survey marks were.
That clear enough for you? This is the line. Don't cross it.
She did not like that. She was very angry.
It was just like a war of property at that point. It was like gasoline and fire.
Anne isn't going to let someone else draw the battle lines without having a say. And the Baxters aren't going to back down. Anne calls the police, but there's nothing they can do.
He was not moving his vehicle because that was his property and he could do whatever he wanted.
But Anne believes there's something else at play. Since Donna's husband works for the city, she thinks city council is taking the Baxter side.
She just seemed to think that it was like a big conspiracy, that they were against her because they knew my family.
If she can't get local government in her corner, Anne is determined to get the support of others in the community.
So she was talking to other people from here, telling them what was going on, and again, with it being a small community, they knew who my parents were. And the neighbors that she had made friends with came to her side.
In a neighborhood like this one, word of conflict spreads like wildfire. And some residents stand in Anne's corner.
You may own this town, old man. You may own all the property, but you don't own us.
What are you talking about?
Leave Anne alone. She's as much right to be here as you do.
Get the hell out of my way.
My grandfather did not back down. He didn't care what they thought.
But Anne's friends aren't backing down either.
Watch it, old man. How would you like your grandson to find you face down in a ditch?
They told him that they would leave him in the street to die.
Dad? Dad, are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
There's no way to prove it, but Donna believes Anne is responsible for the threats against her father.
It was another endgame.
Anne, get out here!
Once neighbors in Mount Sterling turn on the head of the family, the Baxters band together.
My family is very close, and when you threaten one, you threaten all. And we are all very defensive of our family. My grandfather ended up moving the vehicle that he put to block her land.
But by then, the damage is done. The Baxters are the lifeblood of the community, but some within it are starting to come out against them. And they think they know why. Anne must be urging them to take her side.
I know of other neighbors that she had tried to talk to, tried to, turn them around, turn them against the family. She's a manipulator.
Hey guys, take it easy. Okay,
And what began as a battle over property lines becomes a personal and revealing fight between Anne and Donna. If their personalities clashed before, now their true colors are showing. And so is everything else.
She would walk around in just a bra and underwear. She would walk around in underwear and a t-shirt.
Come on, put some clothes on. I've got a kid here.
And put the kid in the house. My mail.
Have some decency for your neighborhood, the kids, yourself.
Give me a break.
So I think that she really was just trying to get under everyone's skin.
Anne is determined to live her life her way, no matter what her neighbors think or see.
I was in the area and I decided I was going to stop and visit my aunt. It was a sight for sore eyes, so to say.
And was like, here I am, there's nothing you can do about it, I'm on my property.
I never did want to see it again, so I never did go back to look at it.
And it's not just an uncomfortable view the Baxters have to worry about. None of this is good for Donna's medical condition.
My mom's stress was so high. Her blood pressure was high, obviously it's stressful when you feel like somebody's harassing you. So I think that things really started to take a toll.
You're gonna have to eat.
I'm not hungry.
Yeah, I know, but maybe you need to take these with food, right?
My dad wanted to just, move on, and he didn't want no trouble.
Fortunately, a friend offers Donna an opportunity to forget about things for a while.
My mom has a lot of friends who are business owners, and so they asked my mom to kind of sit there and watch over the store.
Donna volunteers to work at the store for free. She'll take any excuse to get away from her neighbor for a time, but that's easier said than done.
Good morning.
And then Anne showed up.
For Anne, this is new ammunition in the war against the Baxters. By the time Donna gets home, Anne has launched a vicious offensive.
She got on Facebook and made a long post about how my mom was working when she's not supposed to be because due to her health, she was, receiving government benefits.
No. Anne twisted it and made it that my mother-in-law was screwing the government over and double-dipping.
Anne, get out here!
So I think that she finally was like, enough is enough.
Anne!
In fact, it drives Donna over the edge.
My mom thought Anne honestly wanted to just ruin her life. Like, there was just only so much she can take.
What are you doing here?
What are you trying to pull?
What is that?
You know what it is.
It's the truth, that's what it is.
I was helping a friend. You know that.
Ah, you're cheating the system, you're a crook.
Donna's husband, Matthew, shows up, and he's had enough.
Never thought it would lead to where it went.
Get away from my wife! Back to
Neighborhood feud has finally turned violent.
You get off your insulting back.
Anne calls the police.
I heard on my police radio that there was a disturbance. That's when I started like, what the hell's going on?
By the time officers get there, the fight is over. But each side has stories to tell. Anne claims both Donna and her husband attacked her.
You get off your stay away from my wife!
Anne had given the story that my aunt had hit her in the head.
She also told the police that my dad was kicking her and holding her down so that my mom could hit her with a stick.
While Anne is taken to hospital, police question Matthew and Donna, who tell a different story.
Get off my property, would you?
They agree Matthew intervened, but only to make peace.
Hey, take it easy. Hey, take it easy. Relax.
He the end of it, so he tried to break the fight up.
Donna, let's go.
You're on my land.
You relax.
Their version of events is much less violent.
There was some pushing and shoving,
Just stop.
You touch me!
but no physical altercation. It was more of a high school kind of thing, and
And Anne demands justice.
she did go down and press charges.
Donna is arrested a short time later and charged with assault.
She knew she was wrong. She knew what she had done was wrong. She shouldn't have went over there. But heat of the moment, things happen.
She is taken to the local jail, where her husband works. They are both humiliated.
Being a deputy in jail with her inmates, families on the outside can say, hey, look who's in your jail. They got a deputy's wife in there.
Donna is soon released on bail until she and Anne can meet each other in court.
Are you kidding me?
As far as Anne is concerned,
Can you believe they let her out?
Donna's release is proof the system is rigged.
They're all against me. I mean, it's fixed. It's fixed.
She come with this big conspiracy theory that all the detectives and county attorney, myself, everybody was in on it.
The whole town's on their side. I don't stand a chance. This is ridiculous.
Yet the court orders that while she awaits trial, Donna must stay away from her neighbor.
They told her, like, hey, you can't be around her. You cannot go over there. You can't talk to her.
The home the Baxters have loved for years now feels like a prison. But Donna's freedom from actual incarceration doesn't sit well with Anne. The neighborhood divide is growing deeper. Many neighbors stand by the Baxters. But some still rally around Anne and have turned against Donna and her family.
Screw you!
Started to really, like, amp up their harassment.
Hey! Hey! What's your problem?
Pops, take it easy.
They would, make comments towards my family or, flip them off, like making remarks and making hand gestures.
It wasn't fair to my mother-in-law to have to live on eggshells and go through a life that sit back and look at them through a magnifying glass and think of, hey, you're like the ants, I'm gonna burn you.
This is going to hell. It's all her fault!
There's only so much the Baxters can take. Even Matthew is losing patience.
And the longer you sit on that stuff, the more your blood boils.
As the hostility increases, Anne launches a full frontal attack.
Get inside. Get inside.
Seriously? Put some clothes on.
I don't know why you would think that would be right.
We got a kid over here.
To expose yourself to the whole neighborhood and think it's okay.
No.
Hi, Frank. I heard somebody. Hi, you guys. Oh, hang on a second. What are you doing out, huh? Got nothing better to do? Watch me garden? Woo! Watch that. Hey, something to do, man.
Now even those who were on Anne's side think she has gone too far.
So I think that her friends really saw the true colors because they obviously didn't think that that was normal.
Normal or not, the Baxters suspect there is a method to Anne's apparent madness. They believe she's trying to pick a fight, to get rid of Donna for good.
I think that she was hell-bent on getting my mom put in jail.
I think once Anne figured out that she had conditions of no contact, Anne tried to get her to violate those conditions.
It was like she was baiting my mom to, step out of line so that she had the proof that she needed to make her do that jail time. This was all a part of her plan.
Anne constantly calls police to complain about her neighbor.
So Anne was getting pretty persistent about getting my parents in trouble as far as any way she could. So she was making complaints constantly.
Oh, no. Not again.
The cops would be at my parents' house maybe twice a day.
Authorities never find Donna in violation of any laws.
Anne was getting frustrated that no one was doing anything about these complaints.
Are you serious?
But the reason they weren't is because they were false.
You're not taking her in. What does she have to do? Kill someone? Wow.
And it just got to the point where it was foolishness.
No matter how often Anne calls police, Donna is not taken back to jail.
There is no justice.
What am I going to do about this?
He was in a terrible situation. Not only is it his wife, he can't cross the lines on his. He was a deputy also, and it just tied his hands.
If you're smart, absolutely nothing. What? Go inside.
This once harmonious neighborhood is not what it used to be. The famous Baxter family barbecues are over.
Those things kind of died out. They wilted away.
So the neighborhood was going great. Everyone got along.
What a beautiful family.
But when Anne moved in, it was a big change.
Face down in a ditch.
Hey, take it easy.
They went to court, and my mother-in-law was kind of on edge because she didn't know what the final outcome was going to be.
Anne is just banking on my mom doing hard jail time. She's ready for them to carry her away.
Much to Anne's chagrin, the assault charges are dropped, and Donna is only fined for the minor infraction of trespassing.
When all was said and done, they basically give her a smack on the hand.
You are kidding me.
It just was never good enough for Anne.
You should be in jail.
I think Anne was out for blood now that she didn't get what she wanted.
For Anne, this is the final proof that the law isn't going to be of any help.
You see what I'm seeing? Are we going to accept this? Huh? What are we going to do about this? Oh, really? You do? Wow, the whole town's against me.
The fact that my mom didn't get that sentence really just like made her conspiracies like just blossom. Everyone was out to get her. You know, my family was in charge of everything, and we ran this community.
Traitors! All of you! There's no justice! You! Had it.
She just, like, blew things to the extreme to where it just kind of, like, blew my mind. At that point, I knew things were bad.
The Baxters fear new retribution from their neighbor.
I think she was becoming more and more unraveled by the day. You know, something's off. Like, she's getting more frustrated. She's getting easily agitated. Like, something's not right.
My father-in-law had asked me, you know, what do you think? And I was like, I would protect yourself. It made us wonder, like, what was going through his mind.
Donna and her family need to prepare themselves for anything. The day after the trials, Matthew installs security cameras around the property.
My mom was like, all right, let's get these installed and let's have these cameras for protection. So they wanted to be able to see, you know, 360. They want to know what's going on.
But the cameras aren't turned on in time to see what's coming.
My mom, so she was cleaning. And my dad decided to work on the security cameras. So he was outside working on those. And at that point, I think Anne was like really just fed up.
This is the line. What are you trying to pull?
This big conspiracy of everyone's against me.
Go, Hercule! Put the clothes on!
Them not giving my mom jail time, I think was really like the final straw for her. I think that really pushed her over the limit.
And once Anne crosses the line,
Anne got her gun and went across the street to my parents' house. I truly believe that at that moment she said, I'm taking matters into my own hands.
Anne, what are you doing here? Anne...
Shot my mom point blank in the face. Then she walked outside.
My father-in-law was on the back porch installing security cameras.
Ed, no! Go!
She shot him through his hand and hit him in the chest. And then shot him again and hit him in the leg.
She walked back through the house. And kicked my mom several times, so she just basically kicked her while she was down. That was her way of saying, like, I'm in charge. Like, I'm superior. That just blows my mind.
And then, as she walks down the front yard, my great aunt is driving to see what's going on. And she fires 2 shots at her, missing, but hitting the car.
And my grandfather, who does live close, heard gunshots, like something's going on.
other neighbors hear the shots and call 911. Police arrive within minutes to arrest Anne. By the time they lead her outside, Harold is waiting.
What did you do? What did you do?
And my grandfather lost it. He was just a mess.
What did you do to my family?
He showed up in front of Anne's house, and he was ready to hurt her because, you know, he felt pain.
Donna is rushed to hospital with life-threatening injuries. While doctors try to save her life, Matthew is pronounced dead at the scene.
And I said, honey, I have something to tell you. She's like, what? Tell me. I said, your dad died. Her screaming Not my dad. Not my dad.
So it was a lot to take when I heard that they were shot. I just remember breaking down.
Fortunately, Donna survives. But the ordeal takes a toll on the family and the neighborhood.
This is not something that happens that close to home to your own family. You see it in movies. That's it.
Some family had called me to let me know that he'd been shot and that he didn't make it. I had all intentions of charging the gates of hell that day. I was mad.
Ann Fulton is charged with murder and 2 counts of attempted murder. She takes a plea deal and is found guilty of murder, second-degree assault, and first-degree wanton endangerment, receiving a sentence of 35 years in prison.
She ended up with a lot less time than we really wanted because, I mean, obviously life in prison wouldn't be enough. Life without my dad has been hard. My family and I have had to rely on each other a lot. Sorry.
Give me a minute. He always said it over and over, like, just let it go. It'll be all right. It is what it is. When we lost him, it just kind of broke everything. We lost a great person.
And this is our new life. We have to understand that she's in jail. We lost dad. My mom lost her husband, and my children lost their grandfather. I had a son a month after burying my dad. I hate that. I hate that he never got to meet his grandpa.
I wanted to get this story out and potentially save, somebody else's family. People don't realize that, little things can trigger anybody and create something like this, and some things just aren't worth it.
Next time on Fear Thy Neighbor.
It was something new and fresh, and we loved it.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
James always borrow money from somebody.
What the hell?
I'll pay you back.
I do not know what possessed her.
The most gruesome case that I've been a part of.
A literal house of horrors.